Well, welcome to this week's edition of the Weather Hangout, and we're back. I'm finally back, and we got everybody with us today, huh?
Yeah, good to have you, Matt.
Yeah, good to be back, honestly.
I know, you missed a good hangout last week.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it was a good one. Y'all did the weather betting again.
Yeah. Do you remember? Were you over or under? What'd you bet?
I was 100% under, and I'll take the fall on that.
Fair enough. You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, but we missed having you in that hangout, and of course we're well underway in February now, but it seems like winter's on a standstill once again. That's been the trend this year, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I tell you, like last year it was cold, but like this year I'm fine with it. I'm fine with the warmer weather.
Yeah, this is a winter kind of a little more your style.
Exactly.
So thank you, Matt, for this somewhat mild winter that we're having. But this is still colder than home.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely still colder at home. I think I checked yesterday and it was around 78 degrees right back. Right back.
You're making everyone jealous, Matt.
Yes.
But for those of you watching at home, whether it's on YouTube or WTOL 11+, there are some winter lovers, and if you're one of those, we are going to preview ahead to what the rest of February may have in store. We're going to talk about how common this is to have these 60+ degree days in February, and is there any chance that we see a return to winter? We'll answer those questions coming up in a bit. But if you are looking forward to the spring season, we might have some good news for you as well.
Yeah, of course.
And are y'all ready? Like, I just want one more snow event, like one more snowfall.
It might just be like late April, Matt.
Late April.
Maybe.
I want like a big one. I can't lie.
Matt, I think winter is going to be back. It's going to be back in December of 2023. Yeah.
Oh, man.
You might have to wait a little bit to get that sled out because you know you love sledding. So hopefully you got your fill.
Yep, glad we got our fix with that one winter storm system. Do you guys want to talk about some cool weather phenomena going on across the country too?
Yeah, so this first video, of course, what everyone is talking about, the Chinese weather balloon that we saw. So yeah, everybody's been talking about that. And we got some video of that. Of course, phenomenal video of, just that close up and that, one rocket strike, just hitting that balloon and just bursting it.
Yeah, and that happened over the weekend off the coast of South Carolina. They did it over the Atlantic Ocean just for civilian safety. Of course, it's kind of interesting for us. I know you're probably saying, what does the Chinese spy balloon have to do with weather? But actually, our weather balloons are kind of a little bit similar. They're not so maybe spy-filled. They actually have radiosondes on them, so that's what we use to get that weather data.
Weather balloons are essentially spying on the atmosphere and collecting data as they go up. We call those radiosondes. So as the balloons go up in the sky, they take parameters like the temperature, the barometric pressure, and they teach us a little bit about what's going on in the atmosphere. This one's cool too, isn't it? A fireball was seen and a loud noise was heard. This was over parts of central Arkansas in the evening of Monday, February 6th. And according to these local news reports, footage captured by the city of Conway's security cameras show that fireball meteor shooting across the night sky. That's something you don't see every day, but I can see why it's called a fireball. That lives up to the name. Certainly looks otherworldly. Yeah.
We're so lucky that we kind of have those security cameras to catch cool stuff like this. Like obviously they're not meant to catch, fireballs, but it's cool that it was perfectly positioned there to get a good look at.
Yeah, most of those meteor showers are not nearly that vivid or vibrant, so to catch one like that is certainly spectacular.
Yeah, and they're just gone in a blink like that as well.
Yes. Well, someplace that has snow. Matt, how about a little vacation for some snow?
Yeah, I mean, this looks amazing. This is Greece, one of the most famous landmarks, and the Acropolis was blanketed in snow on a Monday after a cold front moved through into the country, bringing the first winter snowfall to the Athens capital. Like when you think about, the Roman Empire and everything like that, you don't think of snow.
I think of them wearing like leather flip-flops against the dirt and like tunics and not a whole lot of layers. But
yeah, when Matt and I talked about it, I was like, oh, it's like Christmas. It almost looks, very festive there. And we were even cracking the joke that maybe it's, a Hallmark movie, Christmas in Rome.
Christmas in Rome.
With the actual snow. So maybe
Don't
it's
give
a
them
movie
any ideas.
set. So maybe it's a movie set, but no, definitely seeing some cold enough air there for
certainly
some snowfall.
Beautiful to see that.
Yeah.
And of course, we still have mild temperatures in the forecast, and yet it's February. It doesn't seem like it. So we're going to be breaking down kind of that February weather. And Matt, what are you going to be talking about today?
So if you're tired of the cold weather, I'm going to know we haven't had too much cold weather, but if you just a stickler for the cold, I'm going to be talking about the top 5 destinations during the winter seasons on where you can go to get away from the cold. That'll be coming up in just a few minutes. But before that, enjoy this weather fact. Well, if you ever wondered, man, I just want to get away from this cold weather during the winter months when it's extremely cold in most parts like the Midwest, or even up into the up UP in Michigan, well, I have the top 5 spots you can go to enjoy a little bit of a vacation. And of course, I got to start with number 5, New Orleans, Louisiana. I know too familiar with this one, where you can enjoy some warm weather with the average temperature just around 58 degrees, usually during the winter months. But overall, you can enjoy some seafood, some boat trips, and my favorite, Mardi Gras season during the winter months. And that's going to be coming up, at least Mardi Gras season, at least in 2 weeks. So that's top 5. You're wondering what's number 4? Well, we're bringing out to the desert, Phoenix, Arizona. Comes in at number 4 with an average temperature just around 70 degrees. Now, if you don't want that rain, you should be good to go in Phoenix, Arizona. They only average just around less than an inch of rainfall within the month of February for this time of year. And they got attractions like hiking, or you can definitely go visit the Grand Canyon, even if you want to get up in the air with a hot air balloon, or you'll definitely be good to go. So this is a good, at least a desert spot. But if you want to get close to the water, number 3 is perfect for you. We're going to head it down to the Florida Keys, where those temperatures are a lot warmer. Average temperature is just around 77 degrees. And if you like beach resorts, snorkeling, and even boat tours, this is the perfect destination for you, where you can see temperatures, like I said, just into the upper 70s, possibly even 80 at time, with that precipitation just around 1.5 inches during February. We stick with the coastal area, but we're bringing out west to number 2 on San Diego, California. Average temperature is just around 66 degrees. We got plenty of different attractions from the zoo, even boat rides, and beautiful beaches as well. But there's one more spot that has some beautiful beaches that comes in at number 1, and that is Maui, Hawaii. I mean, it is endless, with an average temperature during February of 82 degrees. Now, you may be able to dodge some rain showers with that average precipitation just around 2 inches, but you can go anywhere from volcano tours, beach resorts, and even cave exploration. Man, it doesn't get any better than that. So, hey, if you want to get out, enjoy it, at least tired of the cold for at least a few weeks, you can get out to some of these top 5 destinations to enjoy a little bit of some warm weather and even some beach resorts as well during the winter months. We'll have more coming up on the warmer seasons here and even some rainfall. That'll be coming up in just a few minutes. But before that, enjoy this weather fact.
Welcome back in. Boy, that winter of 1966 sure was snowy. Thanks for joining us on WTOL 11 Plus or on YouTube or wherever this finds you. We're not talking about snow in this forecast, but rain. At the beginning of the program, we alluded to just how mild and wet this winter has been, and we are going to follow that trend in this week's forecast, looking ahead towards Thursday. If you're watching this Wednesday evening, we want to prepare you for a storm system that'll bring us unseasonably mild weather conditions, temperatures surging to 60 degrees, and also some soaking rain showers. We've gotten a lot of rain chances, but not so much snow this winter. And there is the chance that this system leaves around 1 inch of rainfall as it pushes on through, with rainy and windy weather expected ahead towards your Thursday. Rainy conditions are likely overnight after midnight as we move ahead towards Thursday. Let's talk about the hour-by-hour timing. We are going to stay dry for the remainder of the evening, but look at the bottom of your screen. This weather maker is going to be coming in from the southwest, initially impacting locations like Van Wert and Lima. This will roll up to the Ohio-Michigan state line after midnight tonight. It'll be a rainy night for you to sleep as we move towards the hour by hour. Overnight, soaking downpours are likely. Whenever you see those yellows and oranges, that shows you where the rain's coming down steadily. Let's advance the clock towards the morning commute. We are still going to be seeing rain at that point, and that is when the wind is really going to crank it on up. Now, the rain is going to dissipate later on in the day as a front moves on through. We could actually see a brief pocket of clearing and sunshine, but I want to talk winds. That is going to be another big weather story out of this system as we go into the hour-by-hour forecast. This evening is going to be quite calm and pleasant feeling, but as we head towards your Thursday, boy, those winds, especially to the south, are going to kick up a notch. Into the afternoon, some 40 to 50 mile-an-hour gusts will be possible. Winds will be coming in out of the south for a period, and then as we set the clock into motion for your Thursday afternoon, the winds begin to shift. Those lines show you a southwesterly wind that could bring us some gusts up to 55 miles an hour. This will especially impact your day if you drive one of those high-profile vehicles, and you may be subject to being jostled around by these winds that are going to be coming in out of the southwest. Now, what a mild winter this has been, and I want to talk about rainfall totals as well. Not snow, but rain. We could see up to 1 inch of rainfall out of this system, fitting the trend of this winter that has brought us more rain than anything. Just how unusual is it, though, to get 60-degree weather with soaking rain in February? We've got our meteorologist, Diane Phillips, breaking that down and what we can expect going forward as well. Hey, Diane.
Hey, John. Yeah, you've been talking about, well, rain, and it's actually warm enough for rain in February. Kind of, well, not the usual for us.
Yeah, certainly not the norm. Absolutely.
Yes, and well, I know this warmth, maybe you're thinking this isn't the normal, but I actually thought let's look back at the data and find out, well, how often have we seen 60s or even 70s? So I thought a good time frame, let's go back even into January, because that would be even trickier to get some of that heat. So the time frame that we're eyeing is January through Valentine's Day. And so far, looking back, well, a few hundred years, you're going to find that, well, we've had 65-degree days or even greater 10 times during that time frame. Then I thought, okay, let's crank a little more heat into this forecast. So when temperatures have been at 67 degrees or above, that has occurred 7 times between that January and Valentine's Day time frame. And finally, 70s. Yeah, we've had them. We've felt them. Well, back in 1999, that was when we felt at least one of those 70-degree days. So 5 of them. Well, you can count them on one hand that we have seen 70s in January and early February, but only 71 is the warmest that it's been in this time frame. Now, this is our forecast going forward. You're going to find that tomorrow we are eyeing 62, so that doesn't reach even that 65 or 67 degree threshold, but it's still warm for February standards. And then it's a little bit, well, up and down after that. We cool down on Saturday with highs still above freezing, but into the 30s. And then we have more green here on the forecast, 40s and even 50s as we head towards the middle of February. So as far as kind of adding up some of that real winter warmth, we don't quite have it, but overall it's still very mild for February standards. Now, some of the records that we've had in place, I was forecasting tomorrow at 62 degrees. That's exactly what the record is at, and that was set back in 1966. So we could tie, so it won't be exactly new ink in the record books, but it could be a tie for that warmth on February 9th. But going forward, you're going to see that those 60s, that's where our records are for the next 5 days, and even 71 back on February 11th in 1999. So it's going to be tough for us to even tie any of the records as we go through the next 5 days, but the one day we will be watching is for tomorrow. But as average temperatures, where should we be? How are things trending? Well, we had a little bit of a cooler start to February. We had the sun, the clear skies. It was really nice last week, and average temperatures should be around 27.1 degrees. Just yesterday alone, it really helped to flip those averages for us. And so far, the average temperature, including that high and low each day here in February, we're averaging out at 28.6 degrees. So already we are seeing that this February been a touch more mild, and yet there's more mild temperatures to come in this forecast. You're going to see here at our outlook, this is kind of our temperature trends looking forward to about, well, a strong 2 weeks from now. And you can see we're in the red. So many of our days well above that freezing mark. And like I said, tomorrow we're looking at 62. So this, though, is going to even include beyond that. So plan on temperatures here for a good chunk of February to be well above average. That means, well, for the snow lovers, maybe not the forecast that you want to hear. But there is still, though, much more of the Weather Hangout that I know you want to hear. So make sure you check out this fun fact, and we'll be right back.
Well, can you imagine 231 miles per hour? Just
I'd be knocked over.
Yeah.
I think everybody would be knocked over with that. That's insane.
Yeah, this is some pretty strong winds, and we're going to have some winds tomorrow. It's definitely going to be part of the forecast that you were breaking down for us.
Yeah,
and
50+ mile-an-hour winds. That's unusual for this time of year, especially for such a long duration of time.
Yeah, so that's not going to be, exactly fun if you're maybe walking on campus there at UT or BGSU, but even if you're going to be out there, it's at least going to be a mild one. 62 February.
Springfield.
Yeah, it's caught our attention. I'm sure it's caught yours as well. But another thing that I think everybody's kind of chatting about is not only the weather, but the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl is coming up.
It's a couple days. What's your guys' favorite Super Bowl foods? Pizza, wings?
I gotta go wings and like cheese dip or queso.
Oh, queso
Yeah,
dip.
can't go wrong with dip. I mean, like salsa and guac are real good too.
Oh, yeah.
What
I'm
about
a
you?
pizza person for the
Pizza,
Super
really?
Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah, love a good pizza for the game. So that's probably what I'll be eating outside.
Are you going to be watching for the halftime show or for the teams?
Halftime show and commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The commercials have been lately, but hopefully we get some funny ones this year.
Yeah, hoping so.
Hopefully, yeah. What are you guys watching for? The game?
I think I'm
Rihanna's
watching for the
doing
game.
The halftime show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always a big fan of football, so I'm always watching the game. My team has yet to make it in about 10 years, but it's okay.
It's okay.
One can still hope.
Yeah,
I'm a Lions fan, so.
Oh yeah,
I'm
get
sorry
it.
for you.
I know. Yeah, I got my Lions colors on, but.
But yeah, it seems like it's gonna be a mild one out there in
Yeah.
Glendale, Arizona. 68 degrees during kickoff. Of course, it's inside, but man, 68 degrees and dry.
Yeah, Arizona is one of the sunniest places in the United States. Nice weather for sure.
Yeah, and it's really cool there at the stadium. They use real grass, so they just roll it in and out.
So that was amazing.
That's really cool that they just, they use that sun to their advantage, grow that grass. So it should be nice and lush for the game, and hopefully then perfect playing conditions. Of course, like you said, in the dome.
Yeah.
Won't have to worry about wind there for the kick game if it comes down to maybe that extra point or a field goal.
Yeah. Who do y'all have winning?
I'm going for the Eagles simply
Okay.
because they haven't won the Super Bowl as recently as the Chiefs.
Okay.
I think Kansas City's going to win.
Kansas City.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Y'all give me a tough.
Yeah,
one.
It's a split vote,
It's
Matt.
split.
I think I'm gonna go to. I don't
You're
know.
the deciding vote here.
Pat Mahomes is a good one. I don't know. I want the Eagles to win, but we'll see. We'll see how Pat Mahomes' ankle heals up. So.
Oh, he's in the middle.
think I'm gonna go to
That's the
Eagles.
indecisive
Yeah.
answer.
Yes, yeah.
That's trying to please everyone.
It's like we're in the middle, so he's
I
just
don't know.
like, oh.
It's gonna be a good game for sure, though.
Yeah.
I'm excited for halftime with Rihanna, and then of course the commercials, like you said.
Yeah.
And also, the live newscast that I'm going to be doing after is going to be just
Yes.
outstanding. The best
Yes.
part of the night. Hopefully, that's a tough act to follow, but the weather forecast
Yeah.
might just be
Make
better
sure you're
than-
tuning in, John, on
Yes.
Sunday.
Yes, of course, he's going to be on Fox 36, which has the big game. That's our sister station, but also WTOL 11. John, you're going to have the forecast there as well.
You bet.
You can always, though, get the forecast on the WTOL 11 weather app. And, of course, thank you for joining us here. We'll see you, of course, on YouTube and on WTOL 11 Plus all the time.
Have a great week.